Hello, and welcome back to Shadowrun Returns, The Dead Man's Switch. That last episode was a doozy, so like I said, I took a break. It's a new recording session now. Yeah, that was rough. I hope you guys are enjoying watching me play this nonetheless. I hope that my rant was more engaging than, anything, although frankly, if you weren't interested in or prepared for me to have a random 20-minute rant, I don't know how you got to this channel. Uh, so let's see, what are we doing? So I'm not going to offer it to her just yet. We can go back to her. I don't think I want to sell it to Van Grass. I suspect that we may be able to... Well, I don't think I'm selling it to Clue, so let's see what he has to say. Welcome back, Alice. Good to be back, Mr. Clue. What's the latest news? Feel like I should be asking you. Word around here was that you were closing in on the Ripper when you last left. Dare I ask how that went? He won't be a problem anymore. I hope that means what I think it means. And yet your shoulders are no more relaxed, and you still survey the room like a woman who has yet to return from war. This isn't over, is it? The Ripper may have been killing on someone else's orders. The big guy sighs. I was hoping this would soon be all behind us. Not how I would phrase that. The Barons has a short memory, but for wounds such as these, it makes an exception. To see this prolonged, I fear for how it may forever change the landscape. Gangs have already started to take advantage of the chaos left in the Ripper's wake, and that only serves to destabilize what semblance of order there was, paving the way for the megacorps to make land grabs and push poor sinless further to the fringes, where the dangers are the greatest. Sooner or later, even the Union could be threatened. It would take an army, Mr. Clue. Maybe a couple. Take care, Alice. Well, yeah, good to hear. Good to talk to him again. Let's go downstairs. I'm hoping that our medical friend here has the best use for this medical information. Dot Castle looks to be better rested and in better spirits than the last time you saw her. She's also clearly had a shower and a change of clothes, maybe even some sleep. Her eyes are sharp when they turn up from her work to greet you. Welcome back, Alice. Still in one piece, I see. More's the pity for me, but I'll still take your money. Perhaps a full physical is in order, or we can call it a medical consultation. That's where I roughly determine the odds of your survival based on your professional proclivities. It comes with a lollipop. So what'll it be? I don't like how that's phrased, but... But I feel like they wouldn't put it... I don't know what to make of this game. Would they put it there just to have me offend her, or does it have better sense than that? Actually, I'm curious how many patients you've lost over the years. Dr. Castle sits down her work and fixes you with a hard look. Her expression normally falls on an axis of varying degrees of indifference, depending on her level of tiredness. But now it has shifted over to something decidedly darker. Is this morbid curiosity? Call it professional curiosity. Then I suppose I should be equally professional and answer without judging you for asking. And I should not let it bias me the next time you fall under my knife. To give you a hard number is difficult. There are many who I would have considered patients that never made it home. And so I suppose one could say that they died while under my care, though not as a result of it. But the number I think you want is the number of patients who died on my table. And that number is 6. 6 who I was unable to save, spread across a 13-year career. and I remember each and every one, down to the smallest detail, including the moment where I realized I could do nothing more for them. I would argue that 4 of those 6 were beyond helping from the moment they passed through my door. The 5th died as a result of complications while installing a stolen piece of experimental cyberware, which I had cautioned against using. And the 6th? Entirely my fault. I made a mistake. I can't claim I was overtired or inexperienced or distracted. I simply made the wrong decision, and a young man died as a result. I'm sorry, Dr. Castle. She picks up her tablet and resumes her work. Yes, well, will there be anything else? I mean, I don't hate that. Like, it was nice to hear that story, and it was pretty well written, but also it was completely unprompted and I had no reason to ask it. So, I don't know, game. I don't know. Alright, so let's see what I have in my locker, because I've used all my healing kits. So I do have 2, which I will bring with me. The music just suddenly got louder for some reason. As long as I'm here, I guess I'll just check in on everyone, actually. Since there seems to be new things to talk about, or maybe just from her. I guess she didn't want the information I found, so... On his workbench, Buster currently has a mil-spec shotgun fully disassembled and its parts neatly arranged. He lovingly massages each piece with a microfiber cloth coated in some kind of gun oil or polish. Whatever the stuff is, it leaves the pieces shining brilliantly and pungent as hell. Got some catalogs just come in, if you might be interested in an order. I can get gear shipped overnight from the manufacturer, though I won't lie to you, you'll be paying for the convenience. Otherwise, I got plenty of the usual bang-bangs waiting for a good home. What do you say? What's the new hotness when it comes to dealing damage, Buster? Well, there are 2 schools of thought on the matter. There are those who swear by their smart guns and such because they make the weapon more accurate, and thus more deadly. Then there are those who subscribe to the bigger boom theory, putting all their money on the biggest and baddest rounds. But you ask me, it's all situational. That's where the real advances have come. You can pack a Panther assault cannon, but it won't do you no favors if you're fighting in the basement hallway. By the same token, a room sweeper might carve up your average pack of gangers up close and personal, but its range is a big limitation. Military life never taught me that. It was dealing to runners like yourself that afforded me this epiphany. You've got to be ready for anything. On that note, might I interest you in some custom mods or perhaps some specialty grenades? I'll take a look at what you've got. Alright, so what do... Okay. Trying to tell... I mean, honestly, the UI could use improvement. Once you know where to look, it's not that bad, but you don't spend that much time here, so I'm like, oh god, what do I look at to figure out what to buy again? So... I could sell my AK and buy one of these because it does 12 damage instead of 10, but I don't know that it's even worth the effort. I could buy another gun of a different type, which is a little tempting because there seems to be, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of data for this, but there seems to be a problem with firing a rifle at close range, so diversifying my options would probably be good. But that also requires me to spend some points to do so. I could pick up... a pistol. Let's see here. Oh, I've got 29 points. All right, well. The music just got louder again. What is going on? Okay, so... Getting Deadeye would be good, but that's going to cost me what? 14 points to get? Minimum? I could also spend points in dodge, though again, I don't really know how effective that ends up being. Given that I don't really want to spend a ton in body and I have a hard cap of 9 being an elf, it's probably a good investment, but obviously limits my other options. I thought I already had this, the summon 2 spirits. I was able to do 2 on that other one, wasn't I? Like a couple of missions ago? It also... Oh, okay, I get it. So spirit control is capped both by spirit summoning and charisma. I could also go for fire barrier, or even further up. Let's take a look at what's being sold at the other places as well first, and then make decisions. Okay, same thing there. What's Algernon got? Algernon stands stock still, his eyes closed and his face composed, in a mask of stern concentration. But then a small snore escapes his nose, instantly shattering the elf's carefully manicured mystique. A clearing of your throat is enough to rouse the talismonger from his meditation. Ah, Alice, I was watching your approach from the astral realm. So good of you to visit again. What might I do for you this fine day? So how are things in the astral? Always a curious place, the astral. Though a mirror world to our own, it is ever changing. I suppose the same can be said of our reality, but things of a transitory nature here on the physical plane can cause long-lasting changes in the astral. The barrens that we can see and touch records the past with blood stains on the sidewalk and bullet holes in the storefront walls. But the astral goes further, recording the emotions that accompanied these acts of violence. These events texture astral space. I wonder if people might how people might act if they could see and feel what gets left behind. Sadly, not all who are awakened to the astral plane have their eyes so opened. There are plenty of magicians who revel in the dark energies left in astral space. But enough of my doomsaying. You must have better things to do. Is there any way I can help? Let's have a look at what's for sale. Okay, so... So I can buy fire barrier. I can't buy any of the higher ones, so it doesn't expect me to be there yet, presumably. Fog could be helpful to protect us if we're stuck in a bad situation. And this This game has dropped us in more than a few bad situations. Creates a shadow zone in which characters cannot be targeted nor target others. Lasts for 3 rounds. That sounds handy. Well, I think we'll leave it for now. I didn't really look at what she had. Anything new? No. That said, I think I'm gonna buy these, if only because they do have limited numbers and I don't know how often they are replenished. So if I can buy them now and they'll be back afterward, I think that's probably a good call. Yeah. All right. Well, my options are either to go straight to Vengras or to talk to Mrs. Kubota about it, and I feel like, I don't know. I don't entirely trust Mrs. Kubota, but I don't distrust her either. I found this list in a data store at Mercy Mental. Oh my, this is unspeakable. Murder was not enough for this person, selling patients as Banraku slaves. Thank you for bringing this to me. I know you are hot on the trail of your friend Sam's killer. I will contact some runners to liberate these poor souls from the buyers in this list. Boy, I really wish I knew that was what was going to happen, because that's the outcome I would like. But also, I have no way of knowing that's what's going to happen. All I did was hand it to her, and it magically resolved one way. You've done much good here today. The hand of the Ripper was more of a monster than anyone could have known. That feels real shitty. But I do need the cash. I don't know. No problem. Good luck, Mrs. Kubota. To you as well. Alright, well. Let's see. I can still talk to Vengras, so what's going on? I'm enjoying my drink here. What is it? How much this Super Brawl Championship ring go for on the street? Depends on the year. Let me take a look. He angles his cyber optics towards the ring and ponders a moment. The inset gems alone are worth 800 new yen or so, but a collector would probably pay more for that year's ring. You want me to get rid of it? 1200 new yen. I can't imagine there's any reason for me to hold on to it because I didn't give it to that woman. I'll take the money. It's done. I'll transfer the money. If the game later tells me, hey, you didn't hold on to the ring, so now that they've found the guy's body, they're either, or, well, it was kind of unclear whether he was dead or not. Like, that whole scene is kind of bizarre, because it's like, okay, we found an arm with a ring on it, and also the body right next to it. So what did they do? They just killed him and took off his arm? To what end? Like, I mean, I guess it could have... I guess they maybe were gonna sell his arm, but then they just left it there. Which seems... I don't know, shouldn't you refrigerate it or something? I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of weird vivisecting serial killer logic, which is not going to be healthy. All right, let's get out of here. Well, let's see. Actually, it's been a longish episode, so oh well. It's not been a long. It's been an episode's worth of time, so actually I'm gonna wait and we'll do that next episode. I'll see you guys then.